So in this video, I'm going to be fixing my subscribers' beats. A little bit of a twist. So what I'm gonna do is take some of your beats, create off of whatever is there, turn it into a masterpiece, and send it back to get your reaction.
What the?
But before I send back the hopefully amazing version, I'm also gonna send a second version that is going to sound absolutely horrible. So I'm gonna pretend I did the best I could and made it sound amazing, and it is gonna sound horrible. And I'm gonna get their reaction to see what they say.
This must be a joke.
And then after I tell them, hey, this is just a joke, here's the real version, we'll see what they say. I think it's gonna be absolutely hilarious because they're gonna think I'm serious, dude. It's gonna sound so bad. So this is a beat by producer Niles K. Definitely needs some work. Here's the gist of what it sounds like. Starts pretty good. He used a loop from somewhere. Loop is really fire. And then the drop, it gets a little funky. But not a bad structure. You got the 808 kind of good, and then the counter melody is completely off. I'm gonna start with the version that sounds horrible before I transform their beat into something amazing. Let's have some fun with this, shall we? First thing I'm gonna do is reverse the 808. Just a subtle difference right there. Maybe pitch up this. Just gonna put crazy distortion. Oh man, I'm gonna feel so bad for him. I think this needs like an insane transition. Put like some random ass like loop. Oh man, that is fucking amazing. All right, so let's really fix this thing. It sounds like he's going for like a lo-fi type of feel, and the loop is pretty good. I think there's just a little too much going on. I can see down here, he also tried to add in a counter melody and then kind of blanked it out, probably just gave up on it. But it's almost there. It's just little things that you have to do and move things around and change sounds that make a beat what it is. 808 doesn't sound bad. The only problem is like it kind of goes from G to F to C and then to C again, where the original melody kind of has 4 things to it. So I'm gonna make this just make more sense melodically. And this slide does nothing because you're already at F. You can't slide to anything else if you're already at F, so maybe he wants to slide up to F. I'm going to get rid of this snap and 808 from the intro. I think it kind of ruins the drop. I'm gonna bring this little counter melody over to the intro, and since it's like that lo-fi type of style beat, I'm gonna let it shine in the intro. And I'm gonna take a little bit out of it because it just doesn't match up. It's just unneeded sound. Sometimes you just need to let things breathe. And I'm also trying to do this without completely changing the way his sounds. I'm kind of treating it as a collab, but leaning more towards like keeping the same sound he had. And it's sad, but it's like you don't want a cranked kick in a lo-fi beat, but if you come into his 808, the 808's kind of going through the ceiling. You know, it's overpowering that beautiful main melody we have. So these hi-hats, they're too trappy. I'm making them more lo-fi by drastically changing the velocities. All right, I'm gonna add my own flute, touch around the arrangement. The big thing in this one was kind of the arrangement. I think there was too much going on in certain places and then there was not enough going on in other places. Like if you listen to a lo-fi beat, it's like it's very basic. There's not a lot of just like 2-step hi-hats. And if it is, it's way in the background. It's when the beat kind of builds a little bit. Like just because you know how to do something doesn't mean you have to do it in every single beat. That's something I learned. as someone who primarily makes trap and hip hop beat, it kills me to not have the kick and 808 punching through the entire thing. But that's exactly what a lo-fi beat should sound like. And I'm gonna export that and send it over to him now. Boom. All right, this one's from a producer named Adrian. Send me this beat. It sounds like a drill trap beat. Doesn't sound bad. Something I noticed right off the start. The sample is like looping kind of weirdly. I feel like it needs to go 4 bars and then repeat this part and then have a different part play at the end. I also noticed, I'm pretty sure the 808 is on the wrong note. Timing of it is weird or something is off with the 808. I think the hi-hats and the snare, super clean. But before I go through and turn this into an absolute banger, I'm gonna make it sound way worse. You know me with the risers, baby. I'm gonna put his 808 starting right at the top of the loop, but I'm gonna take it over a couple of these spaces, and make it just a little bit off. So it's just like, okay, what's off about it? I'll put a little drop right before it drops and just have this dude say house music. He's got his tag in here. I'm gonna leave it in there and put mine right where his comes in.
Yo, Kyle, that shit crazy.
House music.
Oh my God, dude, this is brutal. I feel so bad for these people. All right, we're back where we started. Seems like he kind of had like an idea of where I want to go with this. Here, I'm gonna put in a free slicer just to make it easier to come up with a pattern that just makes more sense. And you know, like I said, I'm treating this as a collab, but I'm trying not to change too much. Repeats once, twice, 3 times, and then the last one, something different just to switch it up before we drop. I like the hi-hat. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little harsh. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit, but this is fire. This doesn't need the gross beat, dude. It's just too much. Sometimes I feel like you think you need to compensate for something sounding weak by doing something else, whereas that already sounds dope. He didn't need to add the gross beat. He had like the octave up, octave down. So I'm gonna do this one an octave down. And I'm gonna just clone the pattern. All right, so this needs a lot of work. I'm gonna keep the same flow he had and just make the notes work. All right, so one thing I did notice as I was going through all this is everything is like insanely way too loud. The kick is at +4 on the freaking mixer track. And the free limiter is on. Oh, because the ceiling is up. All right, so I'm gonna just delete this free limiter for now. I also think I need to make room for things to just breathe, dude. I used to do this. When my drop wasn't good enough, I'd compensate with transitions and all different effects. Like this, these should just be bonuses onto whatever hard ass drop. Your drop should sound hard without any effects and any transitions. I would have likened a different type of loop. You know, my instincts was just telling me to get away from this loop, but you know, that's not the game we're playing today. I'm gonna send this over to Adrian. All right, this next one we're getting a little bit more intimate. This next one is from Jordan Paul. It's a dark melody. First things first is the melody is just way off. There's a difference between a dark trap melody and a weird Halloween melody. I've been going easy on these. I think I'm going to transform this one a little bit more than I did for the first two. But before we do that, we gotta make it sound like shit. First thing I'm gonna do is duplicate it, make this one unique, and I'm gonna have them completely different pitches. Not only is it already like kind of off, it's gonna be a completely different pitch. This is one of the one shots that I gave out in Galaxy. He has it coming in as like hints to like really build the suspense. I'm gonna put a gross beat on the entire freaking thing, dude. Oh my god, we gotta hit him with the Kyle, this shit crazy, just in there in horrible places.
Yo, this shit.
Oh, that could be the worst one yet. All right, let's move on to the good one. He made this loop originally, so we can dive into it and see what's going on here. I'm gonna go a little ruthless on this one and see what I can come up with, dude. So kind of just move around what he had in there. So I got something that makes a little bit of sense. So I'm gonna export this, throw it into Young Fruity. I actually like what he did with this. I'm gonna find a way to get his little twisty twist in here as a tribute. Dude, the drums are not that bad, dude. That melody's kind of fire. Just like a flow, man. That's just a vibe, dude. All right, it's been a couple days, and we got some responses. We got a response from Jordan Paul, who sent me the third beat. Oh, here's Jordan's reaction. Oh my god, dude, that is fucking hilarious. And he said, wait, is this a joke? And then I said, yes, LOL. I made a fake one and a real one. I'll send you the real one. So I'm about to send it to him right now. And we also got a response from Adrian, who made the drill beat. Oh my god, dude, he thinks it's real. Come on, Adrian, dude.
Got that fight shit on. What the?
House music.
Oh my god, dude, I feel so bad for him. I gotta let him know. And our third contestant, Niles.
I think there is something wrong with the file, or maybe this is just a joke. This must be a joke.
Just played it and was like, oh shit, this sucks. I'm gonna have to let him know that that was fake. All right, so let's see what they think, what their reaction is to the actual beat now.
Honestly, I really liked it. He did a really good job of remixing it.
Holy!
Thank you.
This was great. This was great.